don't just do this. Oh, good. I only say just one. They don't just do this to people unless there's a good reason. Love the passion. Thanks, Steve. She leans forward, lowers her voice, and had enough probable cause to run a deep dive in his online activities. They investigated his phone. They scanned it. They investigated. Had enough probable cause to run a deep dive in his online activities. They scanned his phone. I'm going to screenshot both of those. I'm going to keep this for now, but I might bring that in. He replies, they don't do this unless they have a good reason to. If they did this to everyone in the country, probably half the population would go to prison for life. They don't just do this. Squat and cough. They don't do it unless they have good reason. They don't do it. They don't just do this to people. They don't do it unless there's a good reason. They're just protecting us. What? I've never done it though. Squatting and coughing. The thing is, my dad was an admin for the White Network. Kind of like an encrypted social media. Sam's interest peaks the second he hears her say White Network. He casually leans in closer. Pretty much the only place online that there is still freedom to share whatever you want. He leans back away. I don't know about that. Well, I think the BIC suspected that he had something to do with it from what they saw on his phone. So they wanted a reason to take him to a detention center and get some more information out of him. My dad was always worried about something like this happening. Rose looks down, clearly upset. We know that they've drugged and tortured people for less important information. Thanks, Brian. He wanted to protect the network and he passed during... He would have been put away. Okay, sorry, I wrote all over the place for this one. Thanks, Montana. He wanted to protect the network and he would have been put into solitary confinement indefinitely. He passed during his interrogation. I need to fix that section. This is all over the place. They initially committed suicide. They killed the dad. And I don't want him to kill himself. I want him to no, that's like a coward's way out. It's not very Christian, you know? Sam breaks his cold stare and his expression begins to soften. He regains his composure. He fights? Yeah. He's resisting his interrogation. Because she gets interrogated the same way and she survives. So I have to mention that he was interrogated. He would have been put into solitary confinement indefinitely. I guess it's better that he passed earlier. Oh, that leaves it. That alludes. I guess it's best way. That's horrible. Yeah. That's horrible. I'm sorry, Rose. He was a great guy. God will come into this. I have a bus. Would you like to go on a road trip with me? Maybe one day. In like 2 years when I finish traveling overseas. Traveling, I said it wrong. My dad wanted me to immediately leave the country if something like this happened. With all the new mandates and the reputation index score, I'm not allowed to fly or even cross the land border. Sam, okay. I remember your mom had like a government job. Sam, you're the only person I know that might be able to help me out. Sam has a sip of his coffee. I don't know why I'm talking funny. After a few second pause, I'll figure something out. Are you worried that they might come after you too? I'm guessing you have the same admin access, right? Rose looks down, then nods her head. Yes. Sam's facial expression changes from being caring and empathetic to dry and serious. Oh, thank you. Really? Rose, what do you think is going to happen after you escape? Imagine I can help you get out of here. What's next? You do realize that almost all countries now take these cyber crimes seriously, right? How long do you think you can keep running? Pause. Sam, listen, we don't have to be the victims of the bad decisions of other people. You have a choice, Rose. You can turn things around. Rose, what are you saying? Sam, ask yourself, what are you protecting a bunch of people who have nothing better to do with their lives but to lie and spread disinformation? Just because your father was misled and obsessed with conspiracy theories doesn't mean you should follow the same path. You could cooperate with the authorities. I'm sure that you won't be punished. Who knows? They'll probably forgive whatever you did and likely reward you with a decent RI score. You could live comfortably here, move to the city, and live a normal life like the rest of us. Sam smirks at her. This text porn? No, it's not. Rose sits in awe, then hastily leaves. Storming out of the coffee shop, Rose walks very fast, looking horrified, checking behind her to see if Sam is following. Sam is still sitting at the same table. He leans back and his eyes glaze over. His POV shows the VR. He is an op. Shows the VR interface. No, it shouldn't be VR, it's optics. I was wondering. He's got lenses in his eyes that just recorded the whole conversation. Sam was recording the conversation. He uploads the clip to report and submits it to the Bureau of Information Control. Dear Agent Sam Hughes, badge number 90017. Thank you for your commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of our society. Your tip has been categorized as a Tier 1 matter, signifying its potential threat to public security. Our systems have flagged this with a high level of urgency. Immediate action required.